my god. Okay, so, terrible lighting. I wonder if I could fix it if I like go like that. No. No, terrible lighting. I don't even care because this is just a joke video anyway. So this is my April Fool's joke. I've got extra Land Raider. I painted it black. And I'm going to make a Alexis approved Sororitas Land Raider using... Hey, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm building a Sororitas Land Raider. That's what I'm doing. It's going to be 30 power level, Lord of War, that type of thing, you know, whatever. I'm going to look up all of its stats and the rules and shit, and we're going to make this thing an actual Sororitas Land Raider. Now, to make it fair, no transport capacity. Because everybody knows you would just stick Dominions in this thing and just rocket it across the field as quickly as possible. Dump out the girls and just burn everything in path. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm hoping one of my admins actually makes a post about this, but I don't know if they're on. Whatever. I'm in too good of a mood. Okay. Okay. So, one of... Uh-oh. Is my stream still up? Yeah, there we go. Alright, sorry about that. Slight hiccup. So, one of the first things I did is I took off the side sponsons because this thing had las cannons. So, took them off because Sororitas don't have las cannons. Sororitas can't get las cannons. Las cannons are not something that Sororitas can get. But what Sororitas can get are meltaguns, multi-meltas. These are the immolation multi-meltas. We can get a bunch of immolation flamethrowers. These things are glorious and I love them. We can get bolters, so why not a hurricane bolter? It's there. We can get heavy bolters. That's those. That's for the immolator. Storm bolters. Hey Alexis, how does it feel now that Remlace has officially stolen your position as the most heretical member of Adeptus Podcasters? He has not. Not yet. Land Raider. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is we need to determine what side sponson weapons for this. But I can give it the twin heavy bolter. I know this is hard to see, but it's been primed black. Go figure. Ah! Phone, activate shut up phase. Thank you. Okay, perfect. So I can give it the twin heavy bolter. So I don't actually have this middle piece. Otherwise, I would switch it out to be able to give like a twin heavy flamethrower, twin immolation flamer, or yeah. But we're just going to give it that twin heavy bolter. Just to keep the classic Land Raider look. You know, that look that we all love. Okay, have you seen his most recent video? Yes, I have. Now, for the side sponsons, I know what I'm giving this thing because I am hilarious at everything that I do. This thing, unlike the other Land Raider variants, where they have heavy flamethrowers, the Redeemer's flamethrower, I'm giving this thing apparently nothing. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Keep waiting. Hold on to your butts. Wait for it. Are you still waiting? Good. Keep waiting. Ah! I gave myself a frighten. Okay. So now the side sponsons are twin immolation flamethrowers. Okay? So this thing's as ready as nasty as 2 immolators. So that's cool, but you'll notice that I cut down up here. Okay? There's a reason for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and glue it to the top. I know that seems weird, but trust me on this. I have an idea sometimes. So, I need to actually shave this part of it down, which I didn't do. And let's get this little peg down. There we go. Okay. So, I want this to sit as close as possible. So I will be right back in like 2 seconds. I'm also going to remove its weapons to cut off one more piece so these weapons fit a little bit better. Okay. All right, and let's get these twin pegs off right here. So what I just did is I took off the pegs from this part right here, just so it stops this from aiming a little bit to the side. Kind of looks like somebody with the lazy eye. People with lazy eyes scare me, by the way. Like, it's not their personality or anything like that. It's just that lazy eyes kind of... just... My old teacher had a lazy eye, and I could never tell if they were yelling at me. It gave me a frighten. Because, like, their lazy eye always looked right at my desk, and I wasn't sure if they were actually, like, glaring at me or something. So it's like, did I do something wrong? You keep looking at me, and it's giving me weird feelings. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this down really quickly. Set you down right now. And I will be right back in 2 seconds, because I have to get my journal. Dremel. Whee! Okay. So, Dremel, tiny bit on it. And turn it on, you're going to hear a lot of noise, and I apologize. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute myself real quick. Now, I really hope that you guys did not hear that entire time, because otherwise that would be really annoying. Okay, so I went ahead and I dremeled all of the points on here down, and now I can attach, I should probably clear up this piece a little bit more. Go. There we go. This is going to be awesome. Okay. Okay. So, There we go. I moved my microphone a little bit closer. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this piece here. So that way the immolation top actually has a place to connect. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this thing right down. Using a couple of points of contact. Okay. Why am I trying to hold this thing down? Yeah. No, don't be out. I need more of you. Okay, so that's what we wound up doing. Glued it to the top. Isn't that fancy? But that allows for this to sit on top. So this actually can't fit here. I tried. You can do twin flamethrowers there, but this just looks cooler in my opinion. Because it's like she could just... And you need to make fire noises, obviously. So, we're going to go ahead and attach all the weaponry. So this is going to be a very, very heavily armed Sororitas Land Raider. So I want to show you every single weapon that I intend to attach to this thing and give it a transport capacity of 0. I still think its points are going to probably remain the same. I'm going to compare the points to the points of a normal Land Raider and tell you how many points I would run this for. Can I use the word points a little more time? The Land Raider Repressor. No, this is going to be the Oppressor. Or the Land Raider Mercy. I was thinking Land Raider Mercy for its name. Good. The flamethrowers now sit a lot better on this thing, even though you can't really see it because of the glare. Damn it. Anyway, they sit a bit more straight now. So, we are going to go ahead and put all of her weaponry on. Which is going to be the top-mounted twin immolation flamer / multi-melta, the side sponson immolation flamethrowers or multi-meltas, the twin immolation flamethrowers or multi-meltas, twin heavy bolter, storm bolter, transport capacity of 0, okay? It just has a shit ton of firepower. These can be switched out for twin heavy bolters because the Sororitas believe in, well, only a few things. Bolters, flamers, meltas. Do we have that? Check. Okay, we have our Sororitas Land Raider built, which is cool. Now, for ease, I also want to show you where this Storm Bolter comes from. So this is the Storm Bolter from the actual immolator kit. It has this cool little raised like church thing, but I don't think that this is churchy enough yet. I kind of wanted to put the organ on top of it because that's what a lot of people do. They put the organ on top of it and they're like, yeah, look at how unique it is. I wanted the best tank in the game. Like, this is going to be broken because it has a 1-foot flamethrower range, which is out like that much, okay? And well, that's a funny comment. What the hell is wrong with people? Anyway, this thing has a 1-foot flamethrower range with 6 flamethrowers on it. That's a lot of fire. 6d6 flamethrower shots. Just that. You know, it's actually a glare from that window that we're getting, and that's actually really annoying, because if I was, like, sitting, like, this way to it, it would be perfectly fine. But since I'm not, we have this stupid glare, and I do apologize. So I'm going to go ahead and take this thing's weaponry off so I can start painting it up. Boop. Also, the cool thing is, this requires 0 magnetization. You can just swap all the weapons because they're pegs, which is easy. Okay, 1 Land Raider. Hold the onions and all the weaponry. So, the easiest way to paint Sororitas stuff, and this is very simple, dry brush silver. Prime black, dry brush silver. This thing is going to purge so many heretics. And I'm actually going to see if I can get it into our Apocalypse game. I think that would be really funny. I wonder if they would let me. I'm sure they would let me. Although this thing does seem broke. Like, I'm not going to lie, this is just broken. Okay? Alexis, keep developing awesome content. Love watching your development. Keep it up. Good work. XX. Aw, thank you. It means a lot. Whoop, boop, boop. Okay. So I have the Land Raider. I have my bolt gun metal, which is now lead belcher because reasons. All right. Now I just need a larger brush. Not that large. That's a bit too big for me to handle. Beep. Moving stuff in the background just so I can get a paper towel. Boop. Let's go ahead and dry this brush. This is my dry brushing brush. So it looks like shit, but it's like the perfect dry brushing brush. Yep. So this is the brush I'm going to be using for the dry brushing of this vehicle itself. And you're hot too. Aw, thank you. Just wait until I get breast augmentation. It'll be much better. Anyway, if you can't tell, I'm in a good mood. Oh yeah, I use my hand. So one of the things that I'm going to try to do is just get all the edges of everything. Because that's the one thing that I like to highlight on my Sororitas as well. So we're just going to go through and do all of this. And I will, of course, have pictures afterwards showing this Land Raider off. Boop. And going through all of this, just painting a Land Raider. Mostly doing this because I'm taking a break from voice acting. Which you guys who play Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse will get to see in the near future. Going through all of the basic stuff. Let's get this done up as well. Okay. Is the Sister Battle Land Raider the one with the church organ on it? Oh, god damn it. No, I'm making mine to be more of a Immolator variant instead of the Exorcist variant. Mostly because they need to fix the Exorcist. It's currently garbage. I know a lot of people swear by it because it has melt-a-missiles. And even a one-shot melt-a-missile is really good. But at the same time, I actually think it's bad. Its range is cool, the 48 inches, but it's not an... It needs line of sight, so I don't view it as that good. Also, somebody the other day was trying to tell me that the only people that can take Land Raiders are Space Marines. And I was like, well, what about the Custodians? What about Inquisitors? Inquisitors can get Land Raiders. And this is my tank. I want to paint and do what I want to do to it. I'm ruining a Land Raider that I'm not going to be able to use in 90% of my games. But you know what? That's my choice. This is my Land Raider. I I paid monies for it. I want to do dumb things with it. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Keep rocking the sisters. I will. Is the SLB Land Raider the one with church in it, or was that just for Dawn of War? I think that was just for Dawn of War. Sororitas in lore don't actually have Land Raiders. As far as I could tell, though the new lore did include Land Speeders and Thunderhawks, which I thought was cool. Lots and lots of dry brushing, because dry brushing is the best way to paint. It's either you're going to dry brush it, or you're going to airbrush it, or you're going to wash it. Those are the ways you have to paint now. Everything else is just garbage. This is gonna be a hot Land Raider. Yes, it is. I love how you guys can't see the detail on this, but there is detail being done to it. Like, you can sort of see it. The glare is really terrible, and I should have fixed that. I really should have. Okay, let's keep going through this. I love the Sisters of Battle. Like, they're just so much better than Marines in every way. Like, I would run my sisters 10 times over than my Space Marines. Boop. This is actually pretty fun. Oh, also, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything that you would like to say, just say it now. We can do this as a mini Q&A as well. I like Q&As. They're a lot of fun. Michael doesn't stop by my Q&As anymore, or my live streams. Okay. Boop. This thing is almost ready for the next layer of dry brushing. Well, I still have to do the sides. I'm just trying to get the top done first. Okay. All right, that is like really irritating, and I wonder if I can fix it really quickly and just yeah. But that's probably not going to happen. So I'm just going to move on to the sides of this thing. Okay. Missing a snaggy. Boop. Do sisters have psychers? Technically, yes. They have Ethereal Stern, and that's pretty much it. But she's considered a heretic, and is currently fleeing, and in the Black Library. So, in all technicality, yes, but no. They don't sanction psychers. They abhor the mutant. Think of them kind of like Black Templar, except cool. Stay on my lap. And you like the first thing I had to say to tell to say that. Tell to do that. There we go. I mean, I hope Ethereal Stern is actually in the Sororitas Codex. Or at least mentioned, because she is kind of really important. But there are several other sisters that they could add. All of the ones from the novels, for instance, if you guys haven't read. Or the new one from Mercy. That would be kind of cool. I would like more Sisters of Battle with named characters. Sisters. Named sisters. There we go. I can speak. I promise. Also, if you guys want to use the super chat function just to support the channel, it means the world to me. It keeps me fed, keeps my lights on. Yeah. Anywho. That's just selfless plug right there. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Boop. Alright, for the points on your Land Raider, with all multi-meltas, it should be 385. The normal one with the extra multi-melta costs the same. You can trade the transport capacity for one additional multi-melta. Yeah, I can do that. That sounds pretty good. My Warhammer 40k knowledge is pretty limited. It mostly comes from Dawn of War and what I've seen on YouTube. Well, that's not a bad thing. Channels I would suggest are Michael and Remlay's, of course. There's this new guy that's doing lore that I think is really good. I would not suggest Arch, mostly because he gets a lot of lore wrong. He's also kind of, if you want to avoid politics, you avoid him. But if you're into politics, go for it. Other channels I would recommend is like battle report channels that actually create a narrative, or just go through the Lexiconum and read through it. It's a really good read, by the way. If you're in my Discord, which to join my Discord, you just have to go to Patreon, donate $1. It means the world to me. And you get into my Discord. We do talk about the books themselves, and yeah, we go over like quite a bit of the lore in there and have kind of heated lore debates sometimes. It's really fun. Especially when it comes to Fulgrim, who is the best Primarch. There we go. Let's just keep going through this. I love how easy dry brushing is and how good it makes your models look. Like a simple black coat plus bolt gun metal, lead belcher, makes your models just look so good. Like originally my Space Marine chapter, which I eventually redid, was just black, silver, and red. It's really fun. Like it just looks so good when they're done. Because silver is just this great highlight for gold. You can do the same with gray, but it just doesn't have the same pop as the silver does. Okay, let's just make sure I got this entire line down here. Boop. Oh my god, this thing with Machine Spirit would be crazy. Because it would be able to move and fire all of its multi-meltas. So it can move a foot, get right into range, and then just fire everything. Then again, with the normal Land Raider, I've never been able to hit with the multi-melta. That's why I never take it. Then again, I take Hunter Killer Missiles to fill in points all the time. I love Hunter Killer Missiles. It's a 6-point upgrade for like another missile you can shoot at an enemy. It's worth it. Especially now that weapons can't get blown off. It is just a one-shot gun, but it's still really good. Like whenever I have to fill up points, I take it. In the back of my tanks, I always just do a heavy dry brush of silver. Just create this like worn look to it, if I can get this with the damn glare. So you get this like worn look with it, and I really like that look. So that's the look I always try to replicate on, I was kind of hoping I had another Land Raider here. But you guys should see the collection of Land Raiders I have. Okay. Then I just want to do a simple dry brush to the wheels itself, tracks themselves. Again, this will help make the tires and everything pop on the black background. Usually I don't do the bottom itself, mostly because no one ever sees it. Especially, this is the one thing I miss about 7th edition. When tanks and monsters die, I feel like that they should still be there. Like, I liked when they created obstacles. I thought that was cool. That might just be me. It's just, I grew up with that. It was what I liked. It's what we had, and it was cool. So, Land Raider has been detailed, has all of its silver on it. Neato Mosquito. I'm leaning towards the Dark Eldar. Edgy Space Elves are cool. They actually kind of are. There's very few races in 40k that I actually don't like. I think I like all of them. I've collected quite a bit. My friend plays Dark Eldar. He also plays normal Eldar and Space Marines, but I helped him start collecting Dark Eldar because I wanted him to have the cool Eldar at least, because better Eldar are better. Sorry, just saying. Just saying. Okay. Ooh, this is going to be pretty. So right now I'm going to hit up the lights, and I'm going to hit them up with blue. This is just a Walmart paint, which I still view as just as good as the 40K paints. I know it's weird, but I've watered mine down to the point where they're almost as good as 40K paints. And so I just need a brush, which I'm knocking everything down. Okay. Like I said, stand still. There we go. Okay, I just need a brush. Actually, I want a thin, fine brush. A very thin. There we go. I want just a little dot on there. And I'm going to do up the parts that sit next to the headlights. I've always viewed these as these are where the aux ports are, which are actually scanning the front of the Land Raider itself. Also, if you ever want to learn something cool about 40K, look up the Land Raiders. They are kind of insane, mostly because their machine spirit is very powerful, and it can take them over and they can fire with them. Like the machine itself can act on its own. Which I think is really cool. And I'm wondering if the Space Marine machine spirits are actually made out of dead Space Marines. One thing, if you guys didn't know, machine spirits themselves are essentially... the machine itself is just a machine. Like, it is strictly a machine up until the last point of its functionality, where they take a tiny piece of human brain. Sometimes it's different, but it's still mostly referred to as just a human brain, and it sends a tiny shock through it, which allows the human portion of the brain to think, apparently. This is pseudoscience. This is 40K logic. And it allows the human to make a cognitive thought on whether or not the weapon will work, or the vehicle will work, or the machine itself will work. And it's due to this, they made these because of the whole Men of Iron incident, which is where the Mechanicum made artificial intelligence, which then went on a killing rampage and worshipped chaos. Oopsie daisy. Actually, I don't think the Men of Iron actually serve chaos, but I digress. Either way, we now have a semi-painted Rhino, Land Raider. So I'm going to move this stuff aside that's in front of me, and I'm going to switch out to a... If I have a yellow, I do have a yellow to do the actual headlights themselves. But yeah, machine spirits are actually kind of cool because it's essentially like a human soul inside the machine itself that determines whether or not the machine is going to work. And in my opinion, that is ridiculous. It's kind of stupid, especially being that it's in even the most basic of machines. Like, could you imagine your drill just deciding it wants to activate? That's pretty much what happens. I think it's kind of funny. I am not that good of a painter, by the way, so I will get quiet. Do apologize for this. I'll have to get in there with a little bit of black to cover up where I messed up. Okay. It's midnight and I'm drunk. That was me last night. I was trashed last night. I was having fun though. But yeah, machine spirits in 40K are silly. And appeasing the machine spirit is essentially jerking off the spirit. But you didn't hear that from me. Then again, this is the same universe where Eldar poop is soulstones. Headlights. Good enough. I am not the best painter, like I said. I'll have to go over this 1 or 2 more times just to get them, especially the right shade of yellow. But yeah, headlights done. Sort of. Good enough. What's your poison? Rum. Oh, I love rum. Lemon rum and iced tea is my favorite combo, but I really like Sex on the Beach. Both the drink and the action. Anywho, I can picture a Land Raider blasting... Holy cow. While bursting through Xenos lines. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. There we go. Now we just need a white to go over the skulls and a gold to go over the eagle. So, stick it in some exhaust. Will appease the machine spirit. Yeah, you can appease your machine spirit that way. Okay, here's my white. I never actually use the GW white because it flakes almost immediately. And I've never gotten one that... Like, I heard this from my friend Mope, Riley, whose info should be in the description down below. You should totally check out her channel. She's awesome. But after she said this, I noticed it happening to me. That every time I bought a white from Games Workshop, it came in all choppy and everything. So right now I'm just watering down my white just so it's better. There we go. There we go. Okay, so it actually goes on a bit smoother. And again, I ask you guys to forgive my bad painting. That's the one thing, I do want to get better painted models. Like, I like my sororitas because they're so easy to paint. It's just easy. Go. There we go. And right around that corner, right around that corner. Okay. Sorry, again, I'm getting quiet. I apologize, but I'm trying to focus. Okay. So get the front little banner thingy done. Well, not done. I have to go over it about 2 or 3 more times. And I'm going to hit up these little skulls. Oh yeah, and somebody once asked me, why does the Imperium have an obsession with skulls? And it's because they view the human body as perfect. Like, it is the perfect race. Perfect, Perfect, form in the galaxy. So, you know, like the aliens, the Xenos, they're filthy by comparison to the human body. Metal boxes. Love it. Deadly toaster. Yeah, it's a self-toasting toaster. So if someone gets crushed under a machine and their blood all over the place, it's like a body oil for custodians. Jesus, that's terrible. Okay, sorry, I'm reading the chat at the same time as I'm doing this, so my apologies. But I do like keeping open dialogue with you guys because I love you guys. And you guys are awesome. Perfect race. I meant to say, like, the perfect... there's no justifying it. I said what I said, and I am sorry for saying it like that. That was my bad. What I meant to say is the Imperium believes itself to be better than all of the other races in the galaxy, such as the orks, the eldar, the Necrons, the Tau, and all sorts of other critters. I'm gonna have to do like 3 coats of white to this because I watered this down to such a level. But that's good. That's a good thing. You always want to do thin coats versus actual thick coats. There's one thick-coated heretics. I can't believe I got to say that with oh my god, why am I drawing a blank on the painter's name? How am I drawing a blank on Dan's name? Anyway, let's see. Biggie boy. Reading some of these comments is hilarious. You guys are awesome. Never stop being awesome. So now we got some of the white on there, the headlights, the dry brush, and now we can move on to the red itself, which sororitas tanks and things like that, they don't have too much red on them, so it kind of works out for them a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and switch, get a little bit of water in here. Okay, so what I'm using is these little cups, these Dixie cups, these little tiny ones, to mix water with paints, so that way they spread a little bit easier and they thin out quite a bit. Because as you start using your paints more and more, they start to get a little bit thick towards the bottom. So it's always just a giant pain to deal with that. So I'm going to go over the side pieces with some sororitas insignias and things like that. Okay. So one of the first things that I'm going to be doing is hitting up the sides. If you guys can see this, you can. Hitting up the sides here with this. And we're going to do multiple coats because I'm going to be doing very, very thin coats to this. Just because it's better. And the first coat always comes on like terrible looking. I do apologize for that. I'm so used to doing this with a camera pointed over my shoulder. So it is weird doing it with the camera pointed straight ahead. It's actually going to take a bit to do. There we go. Let's get through that. Then, okay, let's see. What do we have for questions so far? Still sexy. Oh, thank you. Extra thick layer. No, thick emperor. Dripod's here. I am here. So she's painting a Land Raider for the Sisters of Battle. I also built it to look like the Sisters of Battle. So I will go over that again. Once I finish up doing the red to this. Ah. No. There we go. Okay. So red on the side. I'm going to do it again on this side over here, the little piece that pops down. Okay. Let's see. Didn't the Emperor say that only Space Marines could use those along with Dreadnoughts? Well, considering that Imperial Guard have Dreadnoughts. No. And Custodians have Dreadnoughts, and Custodians have Land Raiders, and Arkan Land is the one that actually made the found the STC for the Land Raider, and the original Land Raider could fly. Yeah, no. If you have a source on that, I would love to see it. But as far as I'm concerned, no. I know a lot of people love to headcanon stuff. Or take like things like memes to heart. Like a lot of people who think that purple actually is something that's in the lore for orcs. And it's like, no, it actually isn't. It's just a joke that one of the creators made. Comes from an interview in a White Dwarf from way back when. But if somebody says the Emperor can only use these, I would love to show them some Inquisitors with them. Okay. Also, again, I don't really give too much a shit about the lore when it comes to my tabletop armies. And I'm pretty sure GW doesn't as well. Because if they honestly cared a lot about the lore, like to the point where the fan base thinks it does, then Primaris Space Marines would have had like 4 books prior to their release. And they didn't. They released them with relatively no information, and everybody ate it up. What do you want, phone? What are you doing? My mom wants to know if I'm coming over for dinner for Thanksgiving. I'm not sure yet. Should I? Should I go over to my mom's for Thanksgiving? Easter dinner. I said Thanksgiving twice. Okay. Somebody commented on my post. Yay. Really, people? People on my friends list are ridiculous on Facebook. They don't get my very simple joke. Okay. Is it possible to be put a walker on 2 rhinos so that they can skate? Pretty sure a warhound could do that. That would be kind of amusing. Let's see. Would you consider getting a Thunderhawk to go along with the Land Raider? Yes, I would. I really want 2 Thunderhawks. One for the Sons of Garrow and one for my Sororitas. All of my Storm Ravens are done up to be Sororitas already. So, because I've been expecting them to be released along with them. I also don't use them as part of my Space Marine contingent usually. Because I kind of feel like that's mean to do. So I usually take them along with my Sisters of Battle to add a little bit more firepower. Even though the Sororitas actually don't need it. Considering Retributors are a thing. And Retributors are really, really, really broken. But if somebody were to get me a Thunderhawk, I would build it on stream, and paint it up to be Sororitas. No question. And I think the China cast one is only like 180. Okay. Let's, I got an idea. Because I don't want to sit here for like 20 minutes and do this. There we go. Heat gun. Okay. Yes, family time is wonderful. Family is important. Of course you should go. Nah. My family kind of sucks. I love my family. Okay, one member of my family kind of sucks. Anyway, I hope they don't change the armor. If they change the armor, I'm just going to buy the box and burn it on stream. I'm like, cool. You ruined Sisters of Battle. Thanks, GW. GWs are fine with having lore, unfriendly armies. A guy at my GW got his Necrons pink. Yep. Yes, go visit your mom. Nah. God damn it, Viggy. You jerk. Family is important. You should go for the dinner. Maybe. Oh shit, it's the one and only Viggy. Yes, it is. China cast made out of random industrial waste. Actually, China cast is almost, if not better than Games Workshop stuff at this point. China cast is kind of amazing. I hate to say it, but you cannot tell the difference between China cast and regular cast anymore. Is anyone ready for Yeti? Yeti, I am always ready for you. My body is ready. But I'm going to mute myself for just a second so I can use this. So you guys don't hear this. Which is very annoying. Okay, the one thing that you never want to do is go too long with the heat gun on these things because it will bend and warp the plastic itself. But it does dry the paint almost instantaneously, like... See? Actually, it kind of looks like I have red paint on my hand, but I don't. Promise. Okay. Sexual Yeti, I love ya. Does anybody have a squat army? I think my one buddy actually does have a squat army. I think Zoran has a squat army as well. First we get the Plastic Thunderhawk. Ha, doubt it. Family can be... family's weird. Chinacast is pretty damn good now. No, it's amazing. Like, Chinacast is absolutely amazing. And that's something that GW needs to consider when they price out their models in the future. Is that Chinacast is like 1/3 the price. Like, unless the Chinacasters decide to up their prices, a lot of people are going to be switching over to Chinacast. And a lot of the tournament stuff is Chinacast, and no one can tell the difference. It's kind of scary, to be honest. There we go. Sides of this Land Raider are finished. Which, this is why I love my heat gun. Because I can finish these projects in like 5 minutes. Boop. Okay, what do we got for questions? Meltagon Zorn is my boy then. Zorn is awesome. I love Zorn. Is there a Plastic Thunderhawk yet? I saw as a question. No. ChinaCast doesn't innovate. They just copy from everyone but ChinaCast. Forge World would stop making models. Forge World barely makes models to begin with. I love Forge World. I love their models, but their model line is, let's face it, it's terrible. Like, their molds are terrible. And I hate to say that because I have a dozen and a half. Like, I have my Sakaran sitting over on the table. It took me a while to actually get that thing ready. And there's like a whole bunch of pre-steps you have to do to use Forge World units. Like, you have to actually like sit down, clean them for a good 20-25 minutes, use them, and they get a bit ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to just do the next side now and get this all finished. There we go. And let's just grab some paint and mix this up so that it's nice and thin. Grab this and we'll just go over and go through this model really quickly for the first base coat. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Let's see. What else do we have? Outer Circle talked about this a while ago and how essentially now GW needs to crack down on it. GW doesn't need to crack down on it. They need to actually alter their prices to be more user-friendly as well as store-friendly. Like, that's what they need to do. This is just a case of capitalism. If you make a product and somebody else can copy the product and make it cheaper, people are going to go with the cheaper of the two on average. And especially if it's the same product too. Like, that's the ridiculous part is... I fucked up. Damn it. Damn it. Quit it. It's just about people making the same product cheaper. Let's see. I saw a question and it was kind of good. What are the possible chances for your own homebrew, chapters, sisters, etc. becoming canon? How often do they do that? Not very. In fact, I think they don't do that for Space Marines anymore. It could happen. They made Love Can Bloom canon. That's actually not entirely true. A lot of people like to say that, including Remlays, but it is sort of glanced at in the Dark Heresy books, the RP books, but it's never explicitly stated. And as far as we know, those books may or may not be canon anymore because of them no longer being GW licensed. So there is the possibility that they're not canon. Just saying. I just finished drawing my sister character seducing my feminine felinid character by gently holding his hand/paw. Yeti, never change. Just don't change. You are amazing. You are what this hobby actually needs. You are the hero and savior of everything forever. You keep it lewd, my dude. That was bad, and I feel bad for saying that. But my point still stands. Yeti, you're awesome. If you guys don't know, Yeti is an artist that makes very, very, very hilarious art. He did the art for the new Remley's newest joke video, which is hilarious, and you should check it out. You should also go and support him. He's kind of really cool. And by kind of really cool, I mean he's kind of amazing. I love him. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. He's got a Patreon, too. You should definitely consider donating to him if you want to see something cool. See, how about that, Yeti? Gave you just a shout out and junk. Anyway. What do you think of deepkin models? That sounds like some furry shit. I kind of want to stay away from that. Do you believe we'll be back sooner? Who do you believe will be back sooner, Abaddon or Fulgrim? Fulgrim's already in the stories, and Abaddon's already in the stories. They're both really, yeah. I really like both of them. I don't know if you play Age of Sigmar, Ego. Hey, it's somebody referring to me as Ego. Nice. But I have to say one thing I really don't like, that is every army doesn't have so many models and units and yeah, I've noticed that. It is really, really, really hard to get into Age of Sigmar. All of the models and the model line is kind of just all over the place, and I kind of hate that for that reason. Not only do I hate Warhammer's like fantasy setting, and this includes Age of Sigmar, but like I just think it's garbage. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's just bad. You could try to argue the lore is... No, it's just bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute myself really quickly so I can heat treat this guy really fast. By the way, I keep this thing literally like right next to me, and it is burning my ass. But then again, my ass is straight up fire anyway, so it doesn't matter. That is a terrible joke, by the way. Okay. Second code, yay. Alright, let's see. Yeti, you can draw other hands. Yep. It is funny to me how there are so many talented writers making fanfic, and the GW make end times in Age of Sigmar. I know a lot of people like hate the end times in Age of Sigmar, but here's like a newsflash for you guys. Warhammer 40k's fantasy setting was not selling. Like, it was bad. So they used it as a testing ground for Warhammer 40k, which is like their only high selling thing. Okay. Oh, and I saw Yeti say something, and no problem, I love yous. Does anybody actually like Age of Sigmar? I like the models. I think the model line looks okay. Like, I bought Marathi. I want to... Well, actually, I still have to pay for her. You guys should totally help me by supporting my channel to get that. Just saying. But I picked her up, and she's sitting in my shop, but I want to do something cool with her. I want to make her my Exalted Keeper of Secrets. And I'm going to make her fighting a Trigon. And it's going to be awesome. Because I know a lot of people want to do the Fulgrim conversion. And I've seen it. It's neat, but it's not grand. Like, to do that, you would need to buy a Magnus model. And I'm not buying a Magnus model because fuck Magnus and he's a piece of shit. So you won't see me doing that. Let's see. Why do you think, when do you think we'll be getting bigger Primaris orcs? I could actually see something coming out for orcs similar to like mini beasts to keep up with the new Space Marines. I don't see that not being a thing. So that very well could happen. Let's see. So what are you saying is any requests? Yep. The Marathi stuff is awesome, but I started liking Dark Elf Army, but Sigmar will never flourish. Yeah, they're kind of all over the place, and they need to redo Sigmar one more time, I think, before it'll actually be any good. Oh, by the way, we finished the Land Raider. Now, let's get its guns on. Okay. Girl, you are gonna burn these heretics. And it is gonna be glorious. Boop. Boop. Now, the best part is I'll probably just switch this thing out just so it has las cannons and use it from my other Space Marine army, which is painted up like Sisters of Battle. They're painted up as Little Sisters of Purification from Rogue Trader days, which comes from the WSD comic, which was at the time licensed by Games Workshop and is no longer. So it being canon is kind of one of those things where people are like, it's canon. No, it isn't. Are you sure? No, I'm not. Type deal. I messed up on a part. There we go. Okay. Oh, shoot. I still have to paint this thing. Whoopsie daisy. My bad. All right. Let me just get this finished. So we're just going to do up the top with the red. Okay. Boop. Boop. Come on, you. Go. Okay. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and make sure this coat is nice and even. Ah, this is burning my hands. Okay. Second layer. Going on. Oops, I had that not on mute. Oh well. It wasn't too loud, I hope. Okay, let's see. Let's some gray brushes. Are Stormbird models still around? Yes. You know, Thunderhawks before Thunderhawks. Actually, Stormbirds are still used by some legions and some Chaos Warbands and some Space Marine squads. I think the Stormbirds are still used by the Custards. I'm actually pretty sure they still are. I know they have their own version of a Stormbird, which is like insane. Which again is not in the Codex, because that fucking Codex is literally 25% of a Codex and is retarded. Okay. what was the question? Oh, God, this thing's burning my ass. Ow. Okay. What do you think of the big Nurgle guy with wings? I saw him at something. Boop. I saw him once on GW's page. Mortarion? He's silly, useless. I think he's kind of bad. He's a bullet magnet that dies turn 1 and you're down a few hundred points. So I don't think he's really worth it, to be honest. I know a lot of people swear by him, but unless you bring a Tzeentch Demon Prince and give him warp time, he's kind of just useless. Alright. Oh, God, I burned my hand, too. Hi, Alexis. Hello. Holy cow. Thank you for the donation. Keep up the good work and good luck on the move. Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait for the move. It's in November and I'm super excited because I get out of New York State and I get to a place that has a huge Warhammer community and I get to build up my own 40k tables and everything, and we're going to have amazing battle reports. It's going to be super awesome. Promise. Okay, I just need to find my glue really quickly to glue down this bolter. And we are done. But thank you so much. It means a lot. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this on. The Custodian Codex could fit on a brochure. Yes, it can. The Custodian Codex is just goddamn useless. Like, the whole thing is just bad. I know a lot of people swear by it. They're like, oh, it's so cool, it's so cool. Yeah, shield captains are cool. What else is good in it? Oh, the Uloris Terminator unit, which turns into 10 different guys? Cool. That's amazing. That's a shit ton of points. And when one of them dies, it's a kill point. Thank you. And I could just kill like 3 a turn and win a tournament. Thank you. Sorry. Bad. Sorry, I kind of hate them. I do like that they can assault a whole bunch of different things when they come down. That's cool, but I digress. The shield captains are good. They're a good addition to an army, but on their own, it's literally 25% of a codex. No, he's useful. He's just figured himself out. Let's see. I'm not aware. I am aware you hate Eldar. No, I don't. I actually like the Eldar. I like Exodites and Crone World Eldar. My favorite two factions of Eldar, or different parts of Eldar, are Biel-Tan and Sam-Han. In fact, for a while I ran an orc army that was called the Sam-Gorks, and they were painted up, and it was an entire jet bike army that had 25 orc Coptas, all modeled to be Eldar jet bikes, with a bunch of orcs on them. So I played them a while ago. Boop. There was more to that question, I think. Move? Is the queen moving to another castle? I'm actually looking at a Gothic building. I really want to find like Gothic architecture and move into a place like that, so it would be like I'm moving into a castle. That'd be cool. The old one, what's up, princess? I'm a queen. I'll have you know. But hi. Anyway. Yeah, that sucks. No, Let's see. And where you like Eldar? Which unit is your least favorite and why? My least favorite Eldar would probably be the Dark Reapers, and it's because they're broken. Whereabouts are you moving to? Phoenix, Arizona. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait. What chaos needs in a codex? Let's see. What chaos needs is a codex for the Lost and the Damned and the Dark Mechanicum. Yes, they do need the Dark Mechanicum. That would make an amazing book. Oh, let me actually show this thing off. The Sororitas Land Raider. Nice and finished. It's nice and dark. It has twin meltas, or I can switch this out for even more flamethrowers because I have more flamethrowers. Stormbolter. Twin immolation flamethrowers, heavy bolter. Now what I'm thinking of doing is getting even more flamethrowers to put up here and have twin immolation flamethrowers, twin immolation flamethrowers, twin immolation flamethrowers, twin immolation flamethrowers, and stormbolter. The fire tank. Blood angels, eat your heart out. Here comes something scarier. So this is my open war tank Land Raider that I built. I think it came out really good. I think it fits the atmosphere really well. So I'm really happy with this. And I'm just going to keep working on sororitas and junk. So, because I have all of my sisters over here. Ooh, a drink! I do have all of my sororitas things here. So, let's go ahead and... Do I want to attach a banner to you or magnetize a banner to you? I could actually magnetize the banner to you. That might be much better than actually... I'm really bad with magnetizing, though. Okay, let's go ahead and glue this one down. Because this Land Raider is mostly just going to sit on my shelf. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue that down. This tank also doesn't have an option for a hunter-killer missile. That's a shame. There we go. So that is a banner. We don't need the hurricane bolters. Do we need that? I don't think we need this. Where would we even put this? Probably like right here, but even that would look a little bit silly. No, not with that there. Don't know where I would put the dozer blade on this thing. It's not like dozer blades actually do anything anymore either. So it's got its banner on it. That's about it. I want to get a loud holler for it, or a loud howler for it, and a couple of cherubs to put on this, but for now, it just has its banner. And I think it looks pretty. I think it came out really good. I'm really happy with this. I'm actually like legit really happy with this. Yep. So, I don't want to spill my paints. I don't want to be one of those random people that spill their paints and then immediately grab their phone and take a picture of it and post it in 40K groups and are like, hey, look, I spilled my paint because I'm an idiot. And instead of cleaning it up, I decided to take a picture of it instead. Never understand those people. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we got some more questions and junk. Okay, you want to know what sisters need? Castellan Terminators. Yes, they do need a Terminator unit. And I actually did say this. Terminator armor doesn't actually require the black carapace. So they could get Terminator armor very easily. You really need better lights to show that beautiful model off. Well, I need better lights for myself, you know, to show this beautiful model off. Anyway, it's mostly because of the glare from my window, and I do apologize. There will be pictures later of this. Okay, just check the forge. Let's see, Sororitas Terminators, they exist. No, they don't, not yet. Let's see. Okay, this is really hard to scroll through. You know, if the Dark Mechanicum gets a Codex, we can get a Subjugator Titan to go in an army. That would be cool, but I would like to actually see them actually get some of the cooler things, like the sound-based vehicles of Slaanesh, the blood-crazed vehicles of Khorne, the rot cannons of Nurgle, and the, well... What the hell does Zinch have? Let's see. Let's see. Subjugator. Yeah, like that thing. It's got a cool name. Hating on paint pots is more important than cleaning up the mess. That is true. Oh, also, little tidbit for you guys. Did you know that this is supposed to be a bolt shell? Yeah. I saw that in a White Dwarf article a couple of months ago, and I was like, what? That's neat. And that's why they switched it to being round and everything. I thought that was kind of cool.
Spills paints a picture of this spelling. That's awesome. Would make sense for sisters to have a land raider and terminators, as they are essentially ecclesiarchal personal army, so it would be funded and equipped as so. It would be more like if the ecclesiarchy ordered it. The reason that I would say this is the ecclesiarchy has tried to do things like this in the past, and that was the whole age of apostasy. That's why sisters have to look female, because they cannot have quote-unquote men under arms, which is why the Sisters of Battle have such a female aesthetic to them, including the breastplate, which is why it's fundamentally necessary for the sisters to have boobs on their armor, because they need to show that they are, in fact, female. Very important. Okay? Neato mosquito tidbit right there. But I could see, like, an Inquisitor going, hey, Ordo Malleus, you have Terminators. Ordo Xenos, you have Terminators. Ordo Hereticus, we don't even have Space Marines. We have Sisters. I mean, we outnumber you 10-1, but still, we don't have Terminators. Let's get some Terminators. And Terminators would actually pose a really good and important role for Sisters of Battle. Deep striking units that can strike in and strike fast at vulnerable points, so that the sisters can actually bulwark their way through everything. Let's see, what do we really got? As a Necron player, I drink nun oil every day to stay alive. Oh, that's cute. A guy on YouTube claimed he had Adeptus Custodes dropship today on a world exclusive, that they were just chocolate egg wrapped golden tinfoil. That's funny. What about a Sororitas Dreadnought? I could see the Sororitas getting a Dreadnought, but I wouldn't care for a Sororitas Dreadnought. The Penitent Engine is cool and unique to them. Actually, it's unique to the Ecclesiarchy and not the Sisters of Battle, but I digress. That's why there can be men on the Penitent Engine. I remember somebody mentioning this before, but you can take Terminator Inquisitors, and they don't have to have the black carapace implants. Yes, the Terminator armor actually has a secondary implant system, which is in the back of the neck, and it plugs into the back of your spine and the back of your neck. You can right at the base of your neck and your top of your neck and your skull. That's where it actually plants in. You can see this on Inquisitor Sabathiel as she puts on her Terminator armor, which is Aegis armor, which a lot of people try to argue that's just regular Terminator plate. No, it's Aegis armor. I hate to tell you this, it is Aegis armor. Okay? And you find out that the Terminator armor itself is actually just an exosuit, where the person basically sits in there like this, and their body goes limp, and everything is controlled by the neural network of the base of your skull and your thought pattern. So the Terminator armor just moves as you think, and your head just stays pretty much still where the helmet is, and your body is basically cramped up inside it. The feet of regular Space Marines stop at the knees of Terminator armor, because Terminator armor stands at about 9 foot tall, where the smallest Primarch stands at about 10. Yeah, sizing. I know it. This can even be drawn in a couple of the Horus Heresy books, where the Terminators actually tower over regular Astartes. So they are significantly bigger. A lot of people try to argue that they're not for some reason. It's just stupid. Anyway. Do you think there is room for a model between a Terminator and a Dreadnought? Yeah, it's called the Centurion. I had an idea for a short comic about a male guardsman who sneaks into a Sororitas coven to steal some of their armor, ironically to know... sorry, that moved. Steal some of their armor, ironically to know what actual combat protection feels like. That would be really funny to see, like... Yeti, you have to do this. Like, I could totally see this. Like, he puts on the armor and he's just like, I feel so pretty. Like, this is so nice. And then, like, a Sororitas comes in to take off her armor. And he like quickly grabs one of the sororitas helmets and puts it on, and he's just like, "Hello, fellow sister. I was just leaving." And it just turns out that he's wearing like a Sister Superior's armor because he has the helmet and he has the fertilizer on the left side. And she's just like, "Oh, Sister Superior, I didn't expect to see you." She gives him the sign of the Aquila and is just like, "I'm so sorry. I'm just getting changed and everything. You know, I got to get out of my battle plate and we have to go on the ceremonial route through the ecclesiarchy so we can go and pray. Do you want to join me?" And he's just sitting there like, yes. And the sister starts taking off her armor and like changing out of her clothes, and she's just in like a robe and everything, like, you know, just a really revealing robe. And he's just sitting there, and you just hear a, "Oh, thank you for following." You just hear a, and the sister like looks up and goes, "Is something the matter?" Nothing at all. Nothing happened. Shush. Just letting you know, if you decide to make this into a comic, Yeti, let me voice the Sister of Battle like talking to him. It would just be amazing. Please. Please? Luckiest guy in the Imperium. And it's just like this misadventure of him, like with the sororitas and everything. It'd be like the funniest thing in the world. Like, he's just fighting alongside them and everything. Like, the armor isn't working right because the machine spirit's like rejecting him. And he's just like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get busted. What do I do? How do I get out of here?" And the sororitas like he decides to run during a battle. And the sororitas like follow him because he's a Sister Superior. And it turns out that he like leads around and like surprises the enemy, and the sister's like, "Oh my god, you're amazing. Like, we've never had a leader that ran so recklessly into battle." And he's just like, "I was just running away." I mean, yes, sisters, I saw a tactical advantage and took it. I hoped you would follow me, and you did. Good job." Head pats. And then he's just like, "Holy shit, I'm busted. I know I'm busted." Yeti, please make this. Please make this. And no, it wouldn't be a sororitas trap. It's literally just a guy who is an idiot. Although it could be a trap. That would be funny too. Although people need to know the difference between a trap and a trans person. It's a huge difference, okay? Not sure if sisters would allow a guy inside a building. No, he snuck in. That's how he gets in. He just like sneaks in and he thinks it's awesome. It's like, do. Yeti, please do this. It would be amazing. Have him like store a sandwich inside in the boob plate because he has no boobs to go in there. And he just like pulls his arms into the armor and just like he's hiding in there just eating a sandwich. Oh man. Keeps extra ammunition in there. I'm so sorry. I don't know where this stream went. Somebody said make it go viral. Oh, he sent me... I hate when people fucking send me dumbass shit. Anyway. Okay. Yeti, you heard the queen. That is an order from your queen. Just saying. I should totally, like, live up to that. Just be, like, a pompous asshole the entire... Well, I already am. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go for now. We have 69 watchers, which is really funny. We did actually finish the Sororitas Land Raider. I think it looks pretty. I'm super excited about this thing. I'm never going to field it. It's kind of neat. That's really it. You're going to burn so many heretics. You're so overpowered. It's glorious, isn't it? It's glorious. To think all of these could be multi-meltas. Anyway, guys. I'm Alexis the Queen. I love you guys. Bye. Now, let me just clickety-clack out of here.